Hello friends, this is Otz. I'm an iridescent grade 1 killer, so trust me. And today we're going to be talking about the MMR. I did make a video not too long ago, which I think is maybe the most comprehensive, up-to-date explanation of how the MMR system works, the SPMM system works in Dead by Daylight. Go watch it if you need an explanation. But assuming that we're on the same page, I want to talk about it because, long story short, when people complain and complain and complain about the MMR system, now I'm starting to believe that they are really onto something. Let's have a typical MMR match going on in the background for the sake of your eyes. I've, over the years, seen people complain a lot about this game. Some complaints reasonable, some complaints not so reasonable. Of course, I've also heard a lot of crying wolf. This minor nerf is going to kill this game, I quit. This is going to kill this game, I quit. But people don't really quit this game as much as they say they do, or at least new players come in. This is maybe the first time ever where I'm starting to really question if the community, like, overall is majorly against the system. Because almost no matter where I look, I only see negative responses. And yeah, let me tell you about my experience with the MMR, what I've observed in other people, and then I will be begging you to please tell me what your experience is, because I would really like to gather how the population of this game really feels about it. So, as a killer, my first impression of the MMR is that it was going to push the game into a very unhealthy state, that you would only see the same perks, items, etc. The first few days or weeks, I was pleasantly surprised. I played against very decent players, not necessarily super predictable outcomes. Very, very quickly though, this immediately changed, and it would be map offerings, keys, before they got nerfed, the same 4 perks, the same 4 perks, the same 4 perks ad nauseum, and it hasn't really changed too much since. I think since people understand how the MMR system works and there's no incentives, I think slowly the sweatiness has been drying out, and many of my games these days are very normal. They're not that different from before. Some small differences, but I'm getting used to it. As a killer, I'm getting used to it. I'm not feeling it too much. Although it is clear that survivors are really burnt out. Now, my experience as a survivor. First impression was really good. My teammates were actually super great. When I played Survivor solo on stream, it was a pretty good experience. Lately, it has been a nightmare. If I play with my friends, my lobbies take forever. Sometimes we get baby killers, sometimes we get 10,000 hour killers, almost no in between. When I ask them, they seem to have a similar opinion. They echo and resonate with this notion that it's either stomp or get stomped, and there's no in between. When I play solo on my stream late at night, my lobbies sometimes take 5 or 6 minutes on average to find a survivor game, and then I play with people with 100 hours who, you know, no offense, but don't really know what they're doing. And that is because when you take so long, the game will basically put you with anything. But then when I play killer, my queues are instant, basically instant. I'm starting to believe that when people say that they quit killer, they're actually going through with it. I'm starting to really think that there's, sure, maybe the hour of the day has a bit to do with it, but I'm starting to believe that there really is a lack of killers. That's why killers get lobbies so quick, and I have a decent time playing killer. And when I play survivor, it just takes forever. Asking the community, asking other streamers, I have seen so many of them be burned out. Now I'm very lucky. I play this game a lot. I'm probably more resilient to bullying and bully tactics than someone that's relatively new. I also teach this game to other people. I like to learn this game. I have a lot of ways to have fun with this game, even if the environment is a bit tumultuous. But other people maybe are not so lucky, and I see many of them just not have fun. I had someone in my stream telling me that they have 8,000 hours in this game. That's more than me. And they just don't know how to have fun anymore. They don't know how to play. They can't really learn anything anymore, and I didn't know what to tell them. So imagine what it's like for someone that's relatively new. And I don't think this game right now is more imbalanced than a little while ago. It might not be a lot better, but it's definitely not a lot worse, in my opinion, even with boom totems. So I think this is not just game balance, but it's definitely an attitude of players that is causing it, on top of whatever imbalances the game might have, of course. So seeing that myself, I needed some time to adapt to it. Seeing that other people are struggling with it. Who is left? Who enjoys MMR? Now that I'm starting to get used to it myself, I look around myself and I notice that everyone seems to hate it. I would really, really like you to tell me if the MMR has made your experience better. I asked most of my viewers, and even though it wasn't a huge margin, most of them said they had more fun with the game before, months ago, a year ago, than now, even though the game in many ways has improved a lot over the years. And I think that is a really concerning metric. If this MMR is only benefiting new players for a little bit, and then they all jump on the train of being absolutely miserable, maybe the MMR is not so good anymore. I was starting to get used to it, but as I said, it really breaks my heart to see that no matter where I seem to look, maybe it's just a me problem, maybe it's just my circles, no matter where I seem to look, people are burnt out, people do not enjoy the game, and it's starting to really make me concerned. I would really, really like you to give me your best arguments. I'll try to gather all the feedback. If Behavior doesn't want to look at this video directly, I would love to present it to them in some way. What is the one thing that's keeping you from enjoying this game right now? Please tell me. Make a comment. Tell me this is the thing that's keeping me from enjoying this game. If you want to give me a more nuanced take, if you want to give me a longer argument, want to discuss some other thing, I would also love to hear it and maybe contribute to it myself. Because right now, I really cannot tell if it's just my perception or if this game is actually going downhill in terms of keeping its population happy. Either way, I hope Behavior does know, and they do reassure us a little bit. Again, since I'm a little bit closer to the depths than maybe some other people that are not Fog Whisperers, I'll be trying to ask them to tell us what's going on. But anyway, that's all I wanted to discuss. Please let me know how you feel about the MMR system and whether you think it's that or something else that's taking your joy away from playing this game. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.